And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the Tenacious Turtle Tussle number 9. I'm, of course, your live VIP, and with me, I'm joined by the lovely people in the chat, and I'm also joined by another special streamer. This week, and potentially following weeks as well, we will also be covering this event alongside Dave Testa, as Dave is also going to be casting over on his channel as well, covering another portion of the bracket. But here we are with our first series, with our first matchup, and spawning in the top left-hand corner. In the top left-hand corner of Gresswan, we have the South Korean Terran player living the land of Japan, representing himself. I almost said the Cranky Ducklings. I was almost tricked, Papi. Representing Team Cranky, not Cranky. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Canadian Terran player. Representing himself, it is Rainbow, aka Noiro. Not entirely certain as to which name they prefer, I'll be honest. But regardless, we are here in this lovely and beautiful TvT. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, depending on where you are. For those wondering, for those that are tuning in for the first time, what is the Tenacious Turtle Tussle? This is our bi-weekly event that is funded by Patreon. We're looking to turn this into a weekly eventually, one day, Bobby, one day. But this is an event that is region locked. We basically exclude, oh my god. We exclude players from the land of Europe as well as the land of South Korea as well. So North America, Latino America, Oceania, Southeast Asia, rest of Asia. That's kind of the region that we do focus on. And here we go. We do have a Ghost Rush coming out from Rainbow. Oh, HonMonO, you've met your match. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Here we go. So HonMonO going to be going for a more standard opener here. Double gas, of course, racks into factory in the main base. Rainbow going to be walling off instead, going for a tech lab on a said racks. It was a double gas opener as well, but something very different, something very unique. Going for a Ghost Rush with cloak as well. He's crazy, papi. Oh my god. You have my attention. CC's being taken on location, is going to be spotted. With the CC timing, Rainbow should be aware that it is going to be a delayed CC from HonMonO. Reaper is arriving, is going to shut down this SCV. Unfortunately, won't be able to get too much more scouting information, as we can see a safety Cyclone is on the way, going straight to Cyclone production, not into Hellions. HonMonO, he was just checking here towards the north, was just checking towards the south as well, making sure that everything was on the up and up. Meanwhile, back at home, Rainbow going for a factory follow-up here. The Ghost is out, but we are still banking them up at home, and this is going to get really interesting. The Reapers are going to dip in. Does a Ghost beat a Reaper? Does it beat 2 Reapers? I'm not so sure. We do have 2 Ghosts now. Oh, but the Ghosts are moving out. They're going to be exposing the main base. The Reapers here of HonMonO, they could do a lot. They could do game-ending damage. As the Reapers are moving in, as the Ghosts move out, and the Reapers on their own, they may just end the game. With good enough control, HonMonO should not be surrounded. He should be safe and sound. SCVs are going down. We are banking everything on 2 Ghosts. This is why Ghost Rushing is typically not a thing in this matchup. Reapers are king. Looks like 1 Reaper may just barely go down. But not before getting so many of those workers. We do have that cloak. We're going to be able to one-shot SCVs with 2 Ghosts. We can maybe focus on the Cyclones as well. We're waiting a little bit longer here for the scan. We need the scan, papi. We need the scan. Boys are being pulled. We just need a little bit of a moment here. There we go. We do have the scan. We do have the lock-on with the Cyclones, and both Ghosts will go down. Meanwhile, we still have that 1 Reaper across the map. Looking at the Unisoft tab, 10 SCVs went down to the Reaper. Ay. And HonMonO is safe and sound. I appreciate the Ghost Rush. I was a little bit lost for words as to what was happening, but you know, I appreciate the ingenuity here from Rainbow. I appreciate just bringing something a little bit different to the table. Ay. But yeah, there's a reason why Reapers are the bread and butter here of early game TvT. And we saw the Reapers essentially win the game here for HonMonO. He's up on double the worker count. He's getting up towards his... Oh my god, he's going for his own nonsense. He's going for a fusion core. He knows. He knows that he can get away with a lot. He's going for BCs. Nuke? Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. We are going for a nuke rush here back at home instead. The nuke is on the way. As yeah, we can you know, we can have some story time after this. I do see some people in the chat asking about Crank. Always willing to talk about Crank, always. But we're going back into into Ghost production. We have that nuke on the way. We're going for a one base all in. Rainbow, he is not expanding whatsoever. I don't think he has the economy to actually produce from 3 Raxes. I'll be honest, I don't think it's possible. We do have some Marines on the way, yes, but we are just expending our bank with this. We went for the factory here for just a tank. We're just going to be chilling here with a single tank. We have a medevac coming out as well. Rainbow going for that ghost. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have a counter Ghost Academy. I appreciate that HonMonO is having fun. Like, HonMonO, he recognizes the kind of clown fiesta that's going on right now, and he sees the appearance here of Rainbow, and HonMonO's like, hold up, let me just whip out my own clown makeup, Poppy. Let's go. Let's get rowdy, Poppy, as the ghost has arrived. Nuke is done, and we're going for a nuke into the main. There is no scans available. Does HonMonO realize what's going on? Does he care what's going on? That's the question, because no reaction here. The boys are refill. No. Oh, yeah, he knows. Every worker goes down. HonMonO intentionally stacked on top of that nuke because he knows how far ahead he is. He's winning the game with the BC. HonMonO, he's winning with style. Oh my god. These are vanilla Marines. They do not have stim. They do not have combat shields. HonMonO, he knows that the game is ending with this BC. Rainbow, he's still at half the worker count of HonMonO. Another nuke could go off and HonMonO would still be ahead. But I just love that HonMonO, he gave Rainbow what he wanted. You know, like HonMonO, he's like, this guy, he really wants to nuke me. He's having fun. Like, I'll give him what he wants, but I'll satisfy him. Oh, and this is why HonMonO, this is why he's hung, Papi. Like, who does he not satisfy? It's beautiful. It is beautiful, and here we go. We do have the medevac drop coming across them. Again, these are still vanilla Marines, so they can't really do too much here against the army of HonMonO. Drop comes in. HonMonO in position, going to be able to get a lock on those Marines. Shut them down. Disable on the medevac as well. And Rainbow will lose a drop, but meanwhile, we do have a random Thor catching a medevac in the center of the map. Let's go. I need to change the logos mod here. But yeah, random Thor in the center of the map does take down a drop randomly. 2 kills on it. You love to see it. BC comes in. And we do see HonMonO is going to just be able to focus down as many SCVs as he so chooses here. Rainbow just try to hold on for dear life with everything he has left. Has a Viking. Yo. And a turret. As Rainbow is, yeah, he's really doing his best here. We got a Viking on the way. Turrets are done. We got a second Viking coming out. Looking at the units tab here, that is the only fighting units, army units here for Rainbow. He's down to 6 SCVs. And yeah, the Viking is moving out. Can go for some drop harass. Let's go. Gotta get like an SCV or 2. Yeah, we appreciate it. Viking goes down. It's okay. We got another. Oh, never mind. We got another Viking that's out. It's all good. And yeah, HonMonO, he should be able to end the game with this push. There's just not anything left at home here, unfortunately, for Rainbow. But I appreciate what we just witnessed. I appreciate the experience that we just had together here of a ghost rush into a nuke, into BCs and nukes as well. Of HonMonO also having fun. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Scanning ahead of time, making sure there's nothing else out there. We have a Raven for detection as well. We have one Marauder here to hold the line. GG gets called. And HonMonO, is going to be looking here to take that first game. We do have that one Viking across the map doing what it can. GG gets called. There it is. HonMonO will take a lead in this series. GG, Papi. GG. That was beautiful. What league is this? Jodo League. Let's go. Yeah, for those wondering, of course, HonMonO is GM. He's GM. He is the best player in all of Japan. You know, does have that title under his belt. He's an amazing player, of course. But as Kuro is saying, we do have Rainbow, just more of an amateur player. But that's also why I appreciate HonMonO. He's, you know, he's willing to meet Rainbow where he's at. Love to see it. Love to see it. But yeah, what was said in the chat? What happened with the random player Crank? Oh, he used to be Prodos. He would stream random quite often. But nowadays he does cast. He is probably the biggest caster in Korea right now. Yeah, he's a pretty big deal. He's like the equivalent of like Wardy or Loco in Korea, if that makes any sense. Cranky does a lot of content. He doesn't just stream and cast StarCraft. He also does other variety streams as well. It's been quite successful. For those wondering, we do come from his community back in the day. He used to stream in English back in 2014, and he stopped around 2016 for reasons, of course, related to his team. You know, that was when Total Biscuit passed away, and Crank decided to focus on his own endeavors in Korea. Wanted to do what he could for the Korean scene, and as a result, he stopped streaming in English. He stopped streaming in English, and that's where we kind of rose from the ashes of his English stream. And to kind of pay tribute to Crank, we called ourselves the Cranky Ducklings. The Duckling was the mascot for Crank, so yeah, we kind of paid homage to him, turned into our own thing, of course. That is kind of where our ties, or where like his relation to us kind of stops. As in, like, we came from his community, and we wanted to, of course, pay tribute to him, but for the most part, we do work independently. But regardless, good friends, and a lot of love, Bobby, a lot of love. Quack, Bobby, quack. And here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the South Korean Terran player living the land of Japan, going for a 2-Rax opener. A lot more aggressive this time out of HonMonO. It is, I just said his name, the most honorable of monorables. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Canadian Terran player representing himself. It is Rainbow. This time, not going to be going for a Ghost Rush. This time we do have a second Rax back at home instead. You love to see it. So we have a 2-Rax versus a 2-Rax. Okay, here we go. Interesting. So, I spoke too soon, Papi. I spoke too soon. HonMonO. Oh, he's gonna show him how it's done. I love it. HonMonO is gonna show him how it's done. It's gonna be a 2-Rax opener. We're skipping the Reapers. We're going double Tech Lab straight into a Ghost Academy. Bold move, HonMonO. Bold move. Meanwhile, Rainbow going for a standard 2-Rax opener, going for 2-Rax Reaper, of course. With this, he's going to be able to shut down HonMonO if he was proxying, and also have quite a Reaper lead move out across the map. We'll see if HonMonO can overcome these Reapers. I imagine he's going to want to take a more defensive position here. We're going to obviously try to shut down these Reapers and then go for a counterattack. We'll see, as Rainbow is going to be expanding. Oh, he knows, Papi. He knows how to expand. Let's go. Reaper is dipping into the main base, and he's gonna finally get eyes on things, gets eyes on the Raxes, at least 2 of them, doesn't see the add-ons yet. He's not fully aware of what's going on. Oh, so far, 1 SCV does go down. The Ghost has arrived. Snipe! Does take down the Reaper. Let's go. And the jig is up. Now we know what's going on. Rainbow going to be transitioning into a 2-1-1 setup here, going for a Tech Lab, prioritizing that Tech Lab on that Rax, going for Stim instead. Oh my god. Here we go. I'm sure he's going to have to try to bank up some scan energy here, at least until he gets a starport, until he can work on something like, say, Raven. But what's interesting is that HonMonO, like, the reason why he's able to produce from 2 Ghosts, from 2 Reapers at 2 Reapers, as he just sniped another Reaper, from 2 Raxes at a time, is because he's not going into Cloak. He's not wasting resources here getting into Cloak. Instead, just focusing on his Ghost production, is getting his natural base up and running. Meanwhile, behind this, Rainbow just building up his forces. Starport now on the way. We should be seeing, yep, a tech lab, so we should be seeing an add-on swap, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rainbow does go for a Raven here, just to make sure he has detection. As we can see, no need for it because there is no cloak. NG Bay on the way for +1. Let's go. I'm really curious to see if HonMonO can bring this all together here, because again, HonMonO, he is obviously the favorite player. Like, he's a GM, he's a pro player, pro gamer. Rainbow is more of an amateur, so with HonMonO kind of hindering himself, with him kind of almost crippling himself in a way, can he, handicapping, that's with him handicapping himself, can he still overcome Rainbow, who's going for a much more standard opener here? It's a variation of 2-1-1, and sure, like Rainbow, he's missing a couple of macro cycles. He's not quite making as many workers as he should. Is lacking an orbital here at his natural base as well. An orbital which would be really important, actually, especially when it comes to detection. Yeah, obviously we know that detection isn't required, but regardless, muling as well would be ideal. As Rainbow, he's going for a 2-on-1 BC. Okay. Interesting. So there's some pros and cons to this. So because he's going for a Raven first, he won't actually have any medevacs, or he'll have very limited medevacs here to actually support his bio army. I don't know if I like this from Rainbow. Yeah, so typically you would be making medevacs first instead of the Raven and then get into BC production. We do see a scan. Ghosts have arrived. Oh, stim is done. Bear that in mind. The snipes are going up. Oh my god. Mate, ghosts are cracked. Oh my god. EMP on the Raven. The auto turret is denied, and HonMonO is taking control of the natural base. Ay. There is no tank. There's nothing here really to stop this army, as HonMonO is going to be able to waltz his way into the main. Not like this. We're even supply block forced to cool down some supply, but that is not enough to break the supply block. Snipes going off once again. Not a single ghost has died this game. HonMonO with the ghost rush. You know what? This could be beneficial. Rainbow, he could study this replay and he could learn how to refine his ghost rush. This is truth. Can make use of this TvT replay as boys are being pulled. Marines coming in from behind. We have a bit of a surround. One ghost goes down. A second ghost will fall as well. Oh, and we do see HonMonO running out of units here. He's being cleaned up slowly but surely. Up! EMP on the Liberator. I'm sorry, on the CC. Let's go. As HonMonO takes a worker lead, he's working on a third CC. Still producing 2 ghosts at a time. He throws down 2 more Raxes as well. And HonMonO also scouted the fusion core. Not really reacting too much to it. I mean, we can see that there is no BC anyway. We have the fusion core, but Rainbow wasn't quite able to make use of it. Medevac is on the way. We are unfortunately supply blocked here, so we're just breaking out of that. And yeah, with that, we are just going to be able to... I mean, HonMonO can just kind of get into his game here. He already scouted the fusion core as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he did already scout the fusion core, so he's aware of the potential here for BCs. No turrets are being thrown down. HonMonO, he has so much faith in his ghosts, and I don't blame them. The ghosts, they're pretty damn good. Are pretty good here as he's looking to take his third base. Does scan the natural, does confirm that it's being retaken, but the work count is insanely low, so HonMonO has no pressure on him to really do any damage. Drop is zooming across the map. I will fix the logos mod after this, don't worry, I will fix it. As the Liberator does siege up in the main base, gonna be able to focus down some of these workers, some of these SCVs. Damage is being dealt, but the ghosts are moving out. Likewise, the drop is coming in. There's not much at home to defend, so Rainbow has potential. He can do damage. He can get damage done. SCVs are going to be going down, but at the same time, HonMonO, he moves out across the map, and he's going to be wreaking havoc here in the natural base of Rainbow. He does have a tank on the high ground. Does have a tank in position. EMP on the medevac. Let's go. We have 2 ghosts to defend. The boys have to be pulled. Tank is looking to siege up here, and HonMonO, ooh, is going to be losing his ghost. Does lose at least one of them. Meanwhile, across the map, he is containing his opponent to one base. Tech labs are under fire. Oof. Liberator doing a lot of work here. There isn't really too much to work with, but Rainbow making some magic happen. Boys are going to have to be pulled. Good snipes are going off here on those Marines. Oof. As we attempt to collapse on this army, the ghost count is reset, but the boys, they're going to surround. They're going to take down... Oh, the mule! Can we repair in time? We cannot. The ghosts come back home. They clean everything up. 25 SCVs went down, but HonMonO, he's still ahead in workers. He's still up on 3 bases, or he has 3 orbitals. Meanwhile, the orbital, the natural base of Rainbow did go down. It wasn't saved. It wasn't lifted. It was killed. HonMonO, he barely does defend, and now Rainbow, oh, he's gonna try to expand from here. He's throwing down another CC, another axe. Double drop is moving out. Another tank hitting the field. Oh, but the ghosts are here. Oh, the ghosts are in position. Tank is gonna be able to siege up. Solid EMPs on the medevacs, and yeah, this army is gonna get cleaned up. Ghost Spy. It's all you need. It's all you need. How do you get GM? Oh, Ghost Spy. As we do see HonMonO transitioning out of this. He's working on stim, combat shields, building up a bio army as well. He's being a little bit more sane this time. Unfortunately, you know, he's not spicing things up like last game where he got like one of each units. He had like a Thor, a BC, Ghost, bit of everything. This time, a little bit more of a standard follow-up. As back at home, we do have Rainbow working on Cloak even. Okay. Cloak is on the way, looking to eventually retake control of his natural. Drop is moving out. Obviously, HonMonO is miles ahead at this point. We'll see if Rainbow can somehow equalize. There's always potential here, especially if HonMonO moves out again. But he's just continuing to scan, continuing to get a read on what's going on. He does see the tech lab researching, so he knows that Cloak is on the way. There it is. Immediately, turrets are being thrown down. I like how he throws down turrets for the Banshee, but he didn't throw down turrets for the Fusion Core. You love to see it. As a Rainbow, he's going to be able to cancel the 5th. Sorry, 4th. Ghost coming back in. Fortunately, nothing to be found. And yeah, we'll see if Rainbow can even regain control of his natural base. I mean, he's got some tanks. He's got, I believe, stim. Yeah, he rushed into stim earlier. I don't think we've seen him really make full use of it. But I do think that actually, if we pull everything together, I do believe that Rainbow can take down at least this Ghost army. That's like the ideal scenario here for Rainbow is if he's able to catch HonMonO with his army kind of split and fragmented. EMP does land on the orbital. HonMonO is looking to, Rainbow is looking to drop across the map as well. Workers are going to be going down to see HonMonO just was ready in the main and the natural for a drop. Not quite here at the 3rd. So SCVs are going down. You see HonMonO, he's getting ready for the drop to go into the main. Just in case. And all HonMonO, all he really cares about is just containing his opponent here to one base. While HonMonO gets further ahead. Working towards his 4th, working towards being maxed out as well. Oh. Rainbow gonna be taking a hidden base instead. I appreciate it. Bit of a ninja in a way. Banshees are moving out as well to harass. Jesus, but HonMonO, he's already working on 3-3. That's how far ahead he is. My god. The bio army is moving out, and even with these 3 tanks, HonMonO, he should be able to push and like break his way up this ramp. It's not going to be efficient. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a Bit of a tough move here to force his way up this ramp, up this choke point, but he can't pull it off. We have a drop into the main. No! Turret takes it down. Only one Marine makes it out. There was potential, puppy. There was potential. As HonMonO does go for the scan, he does focus on one of those tanks. Second tank and only one tank is left. Again, this is probably the most efficient trade that Rainbow could have hoped for. He throws down some auto turrets, but the tank finally goes down, and HonMonO will bust into the main. Boys are being pulled, but alas, there's just too much DPS, too much bio army here. Across enough, the Banshees are getting damage done. That one Marine as well, going ham here in the mineral line. But GG gets called, and HonMonO will be taking the series 2-0. But again, we had fun. GG, well played. I appreciate that HonMonO, he kind of took cues from game 1 and implemented them in game number 2 from Rainbow. And I hope Rainbow enjoyed himself as well. I like mentioned it earlier in a bit of a joking manner, but also, you know, maybe a serious one as well, is that, you know, Rainbow, despite being an amateur player, I'm sure he can maybe learn from this a little bit. Maybe he can take from this replay and become a disciple of the most honorable of monorables. It is possible. It is possible. And, you know, refine his own play as well. There is potential there. GG, well played. But yeah, shout out to Rainbow. I always champion, you know, amateur players like Diamond players or Masters players to sign up to events like this, just because, sure, you know, the likelihood of you know, winning here is very low, but you do get a chance to play against some more pro players or even players that you're fans of. I remember we used to do the same thing for Lima League back in the day. We'd sign up and I get to play against like Innovation or Ryung or Keen, mainly Terran players. I think I played against Armani once or Ragnarok once. But it's always like a fun experience playing against these players that you revere and that you look up to, whether it's signing up for events like KSL or even this one as well. You know, you can have your chance at playing against Mia Micah of all players, which would be wild. I'd love to play against Mia Micah. So yeah, I do appreciate, definitely always appreciate and push for you know, anyone to sign up for these events. They are open. These events are regional, but they're open to any league, of course, regardless of what league you are. You can participate, so GG, well played. And again, I hope Rainbow did enjoy themselves in this tournament.